Logan, how's the meter look?
Looks good.
All right, I'm ready.
Here we go. All right. Hang on just a second, folks. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the live BH and Scrubber show. I think Scrubber got it right. I hope you guys are getting a notification for this. We were trying to do this live stream. We are going to cover the last week's game against Houston, the big win that we had, and looking forward to the upcoming game against the Falcons. BH, I'm going to let you take it from here. Welcome.
Hey, man. Yeah. Thanks. Cool live stream. I like it. Hopefully, we can keep this going. And you're the technical guy, so thank God. I have no idea. So yeah, man. What can you say? It was an awesome game. They just continue to win no matter what. I know they had this team really on the ropes from the beginning. We probably could have beat them 48-10. That's not how we play. We just controlled the game and just smothered them on defense, controlled the ball on offense, and it was great. I just couldn't be happier with them. I did get to see, Coach. It was kind of a weird celebration this time, unlike the plane ride back from Philadelphia where it was just partying. I mean, that was a big win. I mean, you beat an undefeated team and your division rival, but this one was a little subdued. Coach even kind of said, "Hey, this is good, but we didn't do everything we could have done in this game." And then John Allen spoke, and he said the same thing. And he called out the offense. He even said, "Hey guys, and he first said, hey, on defense, we had these guys in the first half done, and we let it get away in the second half." And then he also called out the offense, said, "Hey guys, when you're in that red zone, you got to do better." And that was great. And I think what he said was, I'm not calling out anyone. I'm calling out everyone. So it was really cool. It was sort of like, they weren't all hyped. It was like, this is business now from here on in, because we're in it now. And so it was, oh man, it was great. So, I mean, you called the game. What did you think?
I thought it was a lot of fun. It's always fun when you're winning, obviously.
Yeah.
So, I had a lot of fun calling it because we were up from the beginning, and we had plenty of lead. You just got to be careful in those leads. You don't let it get it, like the Vikings game. Kind of got away from us a little bit there towards the end, and so I had a lot of fun calling it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was something. I think I just felt like they didn't really come out and go crazy. I think they realized that D had it under control, and like the offense didn't need to just open it up. But we saw the usual good things. The receivers doing really good, runners, running backs doing great. But I think a big turn of events was I was complaining a lot about the tight ends just not being involved at all. And it's nice to have wins, but we're making us scratch our heads. And then, boom, Logan turns around, gets 6 catches.
Yeah.
And, maybe he was just still not 100%. He was okay to play. He wasn't going to get re-injured. But now it's almost like he's finding his football strength. And that's deadly. I think Jahan Dotson's in the same boat. He's only got like 1 catch in each game. But even though they're back, I don't think they're really 100% at football strength. But, boy, having those 2 back, it'll be really fun to watch them against Atlanta. They can really open up things on that team against their past, defense. So I think we're getting so close to full strength on offense. It would be nice to see them really perform like a machine and really go down and just have a ton of drives and score and really get those guys going. Because as we get closer, we're going to play. We got tough games, not games we're going to win, 16-14, and against Field. We're going to go. We got some tough games coming up, must-win games. So we do need that offense to be like monstrous. We need all those receivers in play. We need our tight ends in play. We need teams to be confused, to worry about who are we going to cover. All these guys are out there.
Yeah.
Where are we going to have the safety? Who's going to get help? Who isn't going to get help? Who's going to be on? We really need to instill that. So when these guys look at film and they watch, we want them to be confused going into the game. We want them to go into the game going, damn, yeah, we're going to have our hands full with all these guys who can catch, and these two killer running backs who we have to watch out for, especially Antonio Gibson. I always say it, my favorite word, dynamic. Yeah. This guy that'll kill you. So, yeah, let's that would be kind of nice. But as far as this game, it's pretty simple. Like we said, they got the lead, they held on, they didn't let it get out of hand, and they won it pretty easily against a team that is obviously struggling. But I'm telling you, all the time in the NFL, a lot of teams roll into Houston. Like I said last week, San Diego did it last year. They rolled in and got punched in the face. Should have been an easy win for them, but they came in cocky. They were playing good. So, yeah, I was happy.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun calling the game. I think we did talk about last week about talking about our team being able to, when you're playing against hard teams, it's hard to get your offense going and see how your plays work. So against this team, we could see how our plays were working because you can execute them better against a team that, like you said, isn't as good. And so it was good to see those plays flesh out. And we did do good. I could understand what Jonathan Allen is saying. We could have done better, but I didn't think they needed to step on the gas or anything crazy. They just needed to be somewhat conservative. Just get your drives going, make that stuff happen. I think with Logan Thomas coming in, we talked about the three arms, the running, the receivers, and then the tight ends getting in there. Like you said, mixing it up enough to keep the other teams confused. So I was happy with the offense. We've always struggled with getting in the red zone. So
yeah, that's true.
That's okay by me. But the defense really stands out. God, they were pummeling that guy. I felt really bad. I remember calling during the game. I think we had like 5 sacks, and they were just killing them. And so Duran had 2, I think. Jonathan had a couple. Montez Sweat had 1. So they were really getting in there. I watched some highlights and stuff, and that line, like you say, just with 4 guys, we're getting good pressure with just 4 guys. So it's good. Lets our DBs cover and do really well. And I think you sent me the one video of John Ridgway doing the gut wrench salto on that dude, and Montez Sweat jumping in to help too.
Helped him flip over.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was so cool. And that was 100%. That was a suplex, man. There was no doubt about what he was doing when he did it, and he shouldn't have done it. It was pretty funny. But I did, John Ridgway, man. God, can you imagine the Cowboys in such a position? They drafted this guy in the 5th round. And you can imagine they had some injuries. They thought, well, we'll just let him, we'll put him out there. He'll clear waivers. We bring him back in. And the commander said, are you kidding?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Are you nuts? We want him. I mean, so we got John Ridgway.
To be where he is. Look who he's playing with.
Oh, my God.
I mean, the Dallas defense is really good, too. But, I mean, if you're going to go to another defense that's really good, I mean, the Commanders, you could hardly pick a better defense to play with. So
yeah, and you're learning from Duran Payne and Allen. You're right there with them. So man, I was super happy to get him. And I was reading, he got a great football past. Playing with Arkansas, but he's an Illinois guy, and he was like all state. He was an offensive lineman and defensive lineman. He got honors in college, but he was Illinois State heavyweight wrestling champion. And that's for real. Yeah. So he's a real thing, baby. Let me tell you. So so happy for him. Now it's 2 personal fouls in 2 games for him. So he's going to have to dial it down. I read some stuff where he even said, hey, oh, by the way, he's going to get fined.
Yeah.
And
I figured he would.
John Allen already said, we're splitting it 4 ways. He already said, yeah, me, Montez, and Darren, and John can pay, because he said it could be a big fine. He said if we don't help him, he might not get 1 paycheck in December. So good for those guys. But
Yeah.
John said, after this, buddy, you're on your own.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but
the
I think
first
that's really
roughing,
cool.
the first roughing was a bad one. That was
Yes.
that kicking the field goal. I think it was against the Vikings, and I think it possibly cost us a game.
Yeah, that was one of those turning point things. That really hurt us when he did that. So, and I think it just goes to being young, being excited, and you're just pumped up to be playing. And but and that's good because he can temper that and work on that. And so, but he's got it in him, and you have to. I mean, dude, you're an interior defensive lineman. There's no room for hype. You're just going up against big boys all day long. And this kid is 6'5", 321. So he's the real deal. He's perfect for our rotation. And then next year when we get Federi and Mathis back, that's going to be hopefully we can extend Doron Payne. That'll be a 4-man rotation from hell. No one will be running between the tackles against this team. It'd just be impossible with those 4 guys healthy. So, and Coach did mention we got to get a way to sign Doron Payne. Those words came out of his mouth just this week.
Makes sense.
So I think they're maybe going to wait for maybe the bye week, kind of see where they stand and look, and maybe extend them. So anyway, I think another thing too was you mentioned how the D line's getting all that pressure with just 4, so our DBs can do such a great job. And I mean, we figured out last week, and we were starting to see more of was it McLean is playing more of the slot coverage, and they've just moved Derek Forrest maybe to safety. I was looking at a lot of stuff about Derek, who is, man, what a story, man. 5th round guy. He's like him and Cam Curl in Pro Football Focus are in the top 3 or 4 safeties in the entire league. Right now, they're playing so good. And I guess what they're doing is they're really moving Derek Forrest around because he played about 15 snaps at free safety, but he played 11 kind of as a nickel back. And then he played another 9 sort of as that Buffalo up on the line.
Nice.
So depending on the configuration, he is going where they need him to go. And Bobby McCain will come in and do slot, or Bobby will go back to his safety position. It's what we've always talked about, guys who you can move around, where you don't have to take guys off the field, bring in a sub package. No, you keep your guys to a certain extent, and you move them around according to what the offense is doing. So really hats off, another turnover for Derek Forrest, that ricochet interception. That was really cool. He was right there for that. It was broken up by Ben St. Just. God, I mean, the whole thing's just clicking. I think we got great news too that Chase Young's practicing. I don't know if he'll play, but they said instead of just doing some maneuvers and going through motions, he's running. So.
Take your time. If the offense, it's like the quarterback situation. If they're doing it and the defensive line is doing really good, let him rest some more. Don't bring him in until you absolutely have to. Give him some time. He's getting a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? So, and then the quarterback position too. So
it does. And it sort of maybe mirrors the same situation with Cosme, where Cosme, he had that broken hand issue, and they brought him in and put him on the roster, but he didn't even play in 2 games. So I think in a way they're like, you're the emergency backup, and your hand can continue to heal. Now I'm sure if there was an injury on the line, he could have gone in and played. Maybe the same thing with Chase. Let him suit up, and if everything's going fine and no one gets hurt, just keep him there in his uniform and let him continue to work out and heal, or give him a few plays. Maybe they'll put him on a count and say, hey, we're going to let you play 10 or 15 pass rushing plays. We're going to let you go in on 3rd and longs and put you in pass rushing situations just to get you out there. That would be fine by me. Let him go out there.
To have that situation. It's a super luxury to have that situation. Do we play our starting quarterback or let our backup quarterback keep playing because he's doing good? Man, you never hear about that. So
I know. And Ron he thinks he's going with Taylor, right?
I think so. He says as long as
Cool.
he's winning, basically, we're going to keep going with him. So I don't see why
Okay.
not. I'm happy with it. He's doing it better than Carson was.
Yeah.
So
Excellent. Yeah, no kidding. So, well, here we are. What about halfway through our live stream here? This is cool. How's everything looking?
dude, I don't even know if we're going out there. So I hoping we are. I didn't get a notification. So hopefully it's
Oh, you know
going
what?
out. And if it's not, what it'll do is I'll be able to just hopefully uh, send it out as a show.
Okay.
So,
Okay, cool. Um, there's another thing I was going to talk about was that I saw this incredible stat. Taylor Heineke, who's now 4-1 since he took over, they're saying that in the 5 games since he came back, that there hasn't been one drop pass from our receivers. Not
really?
one. Not one. 13 drop passes for Carson Wentz when he was playing. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's his ball placement. Maybe it's just people not being, the beginning of the season. Maybe they're just kind of finding their game. But that's pretty interesting, man. 5 games and no drop passes. So that might explain his efficiency. When you kind of look at his stats, you're like, well, they're not that great. His QB rating is just kind of so. But
Yeah.
if he's moving the team, getting downfield, and then no one's dropping any passes, that's some great efficiency, and you can win that way.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
he's been doing good as far as I'm concerned. So as long as he's not throwing any of them hospital balls or stuff like that, and if you can get it over the middle so that McLaurin can do them slants.
yep,
Jahan's back. I think Cam Sims was in there a little bit, maybe one.
yep,
Uh,
yeah, just one. Like I say, Jahan's only had 2 catches, 2 games, but like Logan was the same way, and all of a sudden he went off for 5 or 6 catches. So
mhm,
I'm kind of hoping he will. Another weird thing, and this happened last week. Now, last week we talked about Cosby playing 50% of the snaps and Lucas playing 50. And I was just wondering if Lucas got pulled or got hurt. Well, they played 50-50 again this week. So I haven't seen any press conferences where anyone's asked coach about that. Like, what's the deal? So I have to keep an eye on that. I'm not sure what the heck's going on. Maybe they just want, I don't know.
yeah.
It's just strange to me. Anyway, I think the only downside here is I'm hearing that Cole Holcomb still his foot issues not resolved.
Yeah.
And that it's kind of dragging. And feet are weird. Sometimes you might even have to shut a guy down. God forbid, but it's going to take longer than we think. So it's just going to have to rest and heal. Thank goodness, and hopefully, John Bostic and Jamin are playing their butts off, and they're playing a ton of plays. I didn't look into. I forgot to look at snap counts to see who's our other linebacker, the veteran.
Mayo?
Who?
Mayo?
Yeah. I'm kind of drawing a blank. I mean, I didn't see how many snaps he was playing, but I have to. I have to look at.
Kalike Hudson's name in there somewhere.
Well, I saw someone mentioned Kalike too, so they're kind of just probably giving those guys as much of a breather as they can. But I have to look into it. But boy, it'd be nice to get Cole back, but he's got to be healthy. Then, maybe they're just gonna, maybe it's one of those things like you said, man. Just let him rest till the bye.
Yep.
Keep going till the bye week. We got Atlanta, we got the Giants. That's 2 more weeks. Gets a whole week of bye week break. Maybe that's what he needs, and that's fine by me. It's like you always say, if we're winning and doing good, who cares? Rest the person, So
Yeah, it's going to be the Cowboys against the Giants tomorrow. So.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Who you rooting for there?
Yeah, they're both 7-3.
Yeah.
So I would say what we would want ideally is for them to beat New York, and then us to beat New York too, so we can pass New York.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You don't want them to go
Yeah.
even. You don't want that to happen. You want one to just be dominant and go. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And we need to keep winning and surpass them and get above them because, like I said to you the other day, right now, if it was the end of the season, we'd be in the playoffs.
Crazy.
Our whole division would go to the playoffs. All three, the second, third, and fourth place, would all be the wild cards. That's pretty good. So,
Yeah,
we're
that's
like 6
amazing.
and 5, and that's better than some of the teams in first place. There's one team that's like 5 and 6, and they're in first place
Yeah,
in
and that
the
happens. We've
conference.
seen teams. Yeah, we did it right two
Yeah,
years ago. Yeah.
yeah.
So, well, yeah, good. It'll be interesting. Yeah, it's hard to root for either one of those guys,
Nah,
but it'll be interesting to see. We can watch them.
maybe we can get a
Maybe.
tie.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. Yeah, so we got Atlanta at home.
Yeah, that's good.
This is another game where this is a better team than Houston. Got some weapons, although their tight end Pitts is out. Although they don't utilize the guy, I don't understand that coach or his system. And that's a whole other show, the way he works it. But he might have his reasons. Maybe the offensive line's just not that good. Maybe he has to play a certain style of offense
Hmm.
just to get by with the quarterback that he has. I don't know. But I mean, the way he just totally underutilized Kyle Pitts, and it's kind of incredible. But he's going to be out. Um, they've got some good DB, young guy. They got some good young players. This is a young team like Houston, but it's a better team. They're stronger. They've got some good running backs. It's kind of their strength. Cordero Patterson, Tyler Algier. I forget the other young guy's name. They do like to run the ball, but that's going to be a problem for them because we do like to stop the run. So I see them being forced to pass and then having problems, much
Porterwell
like
beat us up the last time we played him.
who
Cordero
did?
Patterson.
Yeah, I know. We can't
The
let
last
that
time we
happen.
played him, he was
Yeah,
killing us.
yeah. And so we need to stop them right away. I mean, and we dominated that kid from Houston, Pearson. He's a hell of a running back.
Yeah.
You go look at what he's done this year. He didn't do anything. He didn't do just zilch.
Yep.
So yeah, we need to just do the same kind of thing. Just eat up their run game, force Mariota to pass.
I don't think it's going to be Mariota. I
Oh
think it's
no,
going to be Sam Darnold.
oh no, that's Carolina.
Well, that's Carolina. I'm sorry.
Yeah, who was it they had? They had the bench Baker Mayfield.
Oh, well,
Oh
they should have
yeah,
never even got him in the first place. That's
I
another
know
one
what
of
a
them. Like we shouldn't have got Carson Wentz. So not for that
yeah
money. It looks
yeah
pretty
what a
stupid now.
yeah no kidding. So so Atlanta, it should be a game we should be able to take care of. I mean, really, we really should control this game. Very similar to the Houston game. This is not a great football team, and I think we can open things up on offense too. Put a few more points on the board. I think our defense can corral these guys and keep them under control.
Yeah,
So,
stand at
um,
home, get the fan base riled up, get them hoping with a if you could be 7 and 5, that would really because we won like last 5 out of the last 6, right?
yeah, something like 4-1 since Heineke came along. So yeah,
Yeah,
something like that. I mean,
yeah.
we were down, we were up against it, man.
We
We
only
were
lost to the
almost,
Vikings in that run of wins. So
and we should have won. Should have won that one.
Damn it!
Should have won. I
Damn.
know. So we'll yeah, so but that would be good. I mean, Thanksgiving weekend, people will be, jacked up. We're coming into the Christmas season, the playoff season, the fighting for a playoff season. It's big time. And I think 7-5 would electrify the fan base.
Yep, yep. Even
Because
the national
this
people are looking at us.
yep. Because it's been rough, been a rough years, and then this year to start off so bad, I think people were already just like throwing the hell with this team. I'm so sick of this team. You can just see it
Yeah.
right away, and
So Pedro
people.
and them were calling for, fucking Ron
I
Rivera's
know.
head after the second game. You're like,
I
damn.
know. I know. I mean, we bring it up when certain coaches, their units are not doing good. And a couple of weeks ago, coach, his management, timeouts, red flags, and all that stuff were not up to par. We call them out, but
Yeah.
oh my God, yeah, firing them,
Yeah. Second
no,
weekend.
not good. Yeah, so we can't do that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm kind of looking forward to them getting to the Giants after this too. I don't want to get too
Yeah.
far ahead, but that's a big game. You can beat those Giants. You get a bye week, and then you play the Giants. That's a weird scheduling anomaly there,
It
but
is.
that's kind of cool. Get a bye and then play them again. So that would be a chance to really knock those Giants down. Eliminate them
Yeah. Get past
basically.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, just get, like you said, get past them, eliminate them, and then really get going. I don't think that team's not that tough, but they are our rivals, and they'll play hard and they'll want to beat us. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and as a point
well,
too, we've come up so far that Dan Hanzus, who does the power rankings for the NFL, got us at 17.
mm-hmm.
So I think we were 29 when we were at our lowest at the beginning of the season. So we've come up to 12 places.
Yeah,
So
that's pretty huge.
that's pretty good.
That's huge. Yeah, and we're probably, and he probably looking at the team and the way we're playing, probably, even like watching that Minnesota game, going, that's a good Minnesota team, and they really should have beat them.
Yeah.
If you look at it that way, he probably wants to put us up higher, but with the way we played, he's probably, he's pretty fair, I think
I think
to be honest with
he
you.
does it pretty
But
good.
I think, yeah, and right ahead of us is the Giants by one. They got the Giants just ahead of us. But really, you're looking at Washington is 17 with a bullet going straight up, and the Giants, they are starting to have some issues. There's some injury issues. All of a sudden, I mean, Barkley got just stonewalled last week, and he was killing. But he got eaten up, and they've got some offensive line injuries, got some DB injuries that are hitting them. Kind of reminded me. I looked at their report, reminded me of us last year, like where you got 8 guys, 4 are out, 2 are doubtful, and 2 are maybe. Yeah. And that's kind of how they look. So they're going through some rough times. Yeah. So I think that we're on the way up, and they might be on the way down.
Yeah, that late season bye week will help us out in that area too. Get a nice breather right before we finish out them last games. So
yeah, perfect timing, and it's coming in. And really, we're going into it. I mean, knock on wood, man. We're going into it, but really not that beat up.
No,
I mean,
not
my
at all.
God. I mean, really. I mean, it's a blessing. I mean, you're always going to have injuries. Always going to get people hurt. But we keep getting so many guys back. I mean, got Logan Thomas, Jahan Dotson's coming back. Now Chase is coming back. Just
Cole
one
Turner
by
was
one.
in the mix, and he'd been out for a
I
long
know.
time.
I know. Finally, man. Talk about the hamstring from hell. Yeah. So he's back. Yeah. So it's perfect. We could just go into that bye week with so much hope. And they could get a good rest. And instead of going into a bye week all beaten up and injured and just saying, God, we need 2 weeks because we're a disaster, you can actually go in and get refreshed.
Yeah.
And come back even stronger. So I'm excited. So you're going to be live streaming the game?
I will be. Yeah, we're going to be using the Yahoo thing again. Though I don't think I'll be able to see Atlanta here. I don't know.
Yeah.
You never know.
You never know, because we got those 3 games on Thursday.
Yeah.
You got that national Sunday night game, the national Monday night game, maybe on a freak scheduling thing.
Maybe.
Might get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one last thing I did want to say, there's a lot of stuff now that I think this is the last year for the people that got the Sunday ticket, the dish people. They're saying it might end up being a streaming service. Really? Now, yeah, the downs, I mean, depending on who you like or don't like, I mean, it could be Apple, it could be I don't know, could be YouTube. A lot of rumors that it's YouTube. Awesome. But it could be Apple, whoever comes up with the most money. But the bottom line is to be streaming. Yeah. No putting a disc on the freaking roof. Just get out there, get they send you a box, you send them the money. So something to think about.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Dude, if it comes to something like that, I'd love to do that. So that's easier on me than all that other crap. And that's the way things are going anyways.
Yeah, it has to be. I mean, yeah, Goodell, and Goodell just said it's going to be Sunday ticket. It'll be a streaming service, and then that, like you said, pay to play. Once you got a streaming service on, you got it going. Then maybe you start to introduce, and it gets kind of weird because they pay so much for that package. Whoever pays for it, they don't want anyone getting any money here and there. But if they can control the pay to play and get a piece of that pie, why not? Yeah, there's got to be a formula for it, so that. Every now and then, it's like, when you see a boxing pay-per-view match, you get a few guys together. $60 is outrageous. We'll get 6 guys together and watch the game and then stream it. So, we'll see what happens. But I do like the streaming, get away from the whole disc on the roof thing. That's ridiculous. That's too old school. So, all right, man. Well, I'll see you on Sunday.
Yeah. I hope this streamed. I'll call you in a little bit and let you know what goes on. I'll take a look at all this other stuff. And just say thank you to everybody. Come on and join
Thanks,
us for the
everyone.
live stream. That last one was great. So y'all
It
take it
was.
easy.
All right, man. See you, Scrub.
Thanks, man. All right.